Okay? I have to get home. I have to get home. Sometimes you have students, and when it gets very late, they are not allowed to be outside the house, let's say after 8 o'clock. And so they say, I have to get home right now. Okay? I must get home. Okay? And you've got to listen to me. You've got to listen to me. You have got to listen to me. All right? You have got to listen to me. It's another way of showing that you must listen to me. Okay? Now, lack of necessity means you do not have to. Okay? So, you do not have to leave. You do not have to leave your country to learn a new language. So, it is not necessary to do it. Okay? You do not have to leave. Okay? When it comes down to recommendations, so recommending is giving advice to someone. Okay? So, you should or you better find shelter. You better find shelter. Okay? So, shelter means protection. Okay? Shelter means protection. So, in case it's raining really, really hard, okay? Heavy rain, okay? In case of heavy rain, and there is a lot of rain coming down, and you're afraid of getting sick, you better find shelter from the rain, okay? You better find shelter. You ought to find your phone fast. You ought to find your phone fast. Okay? So I'm recommending to someone that you should go and find your phone. I'm saying, like, for example, I had a friend and she dropped her cell phone while we were at a cafe. Okay? And so when we left, she's looking for her phone and she cannot find it. And so we said to her, you ought to go find your phone fast. You ought to find your phone fast. And so we went back to the cafeteria, went back to the cafe, and looked, and we found her phone. Okay. Up next here, you should stay in the Little Leagues. You should stay in the Little Leagues. So here, once again, there is advice and recommendations. Okay? So you should stay in the Little Leagues. Alright? You shouldn't be in this area. You should not be in this area. Okay? So I want you guys to have a better understanding of how models are used. So let's look at a quick video, and then we'll continue right back to answer some questions.
As I said before, we can't represent myself or any of the group that will feature up flight. Please don't hesitate once. Please sit back now, relax, and enjoy the flight.
Oh my god.
Okay. Alright, so now we see how we use models for necessity and recommendations. So now let's go ahead and do some exercises. Okay. So complete each sentence using the correct model. Okay? You should or you must get a visa before you travel somewhere. You should or you must get a visa before you travel somewhere. Here, if there's a visa, that means you have to have it, right? So you must get a visa before you travel somewhere. You must get a visa before you travel somewhere. Okay. You shouldn't or you'd better keep your money someplace safe. Okay, so you shouldn't keep your money someplace safe, or you'd better keep your money someplace safe. Should not. So that means put your money in somewhere where it's not safe. Is that right? No. So you'd better keep your money someplace safe. Okay. You must or don't have to show your savings card to the clerk. Okay? You must show your savings card to the clerk or don't have to show your savings card to the clerk. Alright? So here, if you have a savings card, you don't really have to. You don't really have to, okay? So you don't have to show your savings card to the clerk, okay? You ought to or shouldn't try Mexican food. You ought to or shouldn't try Mexican food. Mexican food is very delicious. Everyone loves Mexican food, okay? I've never met anyone who does not like Mexican food. So, therefore, you ought to. So it's a recommendation. You ought to try Mexican food. Okay? You should read for the test, or you don't have to read for the test. Very simple, very easy, right? Okay? You should read for the test. You should read for the test. So, you should read for the test. Okay? Number 6. You must find the criminal, or you better find the criminal. Okay? You must find the criminal, or you better find the criminal. Okay? Now, from this right here, they can be very close. But the difference in these two sentences here is that must is you must find a criminal. And here, you better find the criminal. This here is not a necessity or a recommendation. This here will be a threat. Like, if you don't do that, I'm going to kill you. So here is going to be, you must find the criminal. All right. Now, let's read the following text, and then there'll be some questions to answer in the end. Okay? The oasis of the seas is the world's largest cruise ship. It can carry up to 6,200 passengers, who are served by over 2,000 crew members. The vessel is 40% bigger than any other cruise ship in the world, has a weight of 225,000 tons. It is 5 times the size of the Titanic. It has a total of 15 decks and is as high as 20-story buildings. The ship was built in Finland and is owned by Royal Caribbean International. Its maiden voyage is scheduled for early December 2009. The ship is stationed in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, from where it will go on week-long cruises of the Caribbean Sea. The Oasis of the Seas has virtually everything a tourist can dream of. Its biggest attraction is a giant open-air theater for 750 passengers that is a swimming pool by day and an entertainment area at night, entertainment arena at night. Passengers can wander through a park full of real trees and exotic plants, eat and drink in 24-hour restaurants, or travel up and down between decks in a movable bar. There is something for everyone: a small golf course, a basketball court, an ice rink, and 2 rock climbing walls for those looking for athletic activities. Wow. Now that's something. Okay. Alright. So now let's look at this right here and let's analyze what we can see on a vacation. Okay? So the Oasis of the Seas is the world's largest cruise ship. So a cruise ship is a ship that travels in water, so whether in sea, ocean, or lake, okay? It carries up to 6,200 passengers. So it takes a lot of people, okay? And it has 2,000 crew members. The vessel is very, very big, okay? It's 40% bigger than any other in the world, okay? It's super heavy. 225,000 tons. And it's 5 times the size of Titanic. Okay? It has 15 decks, so 15 floors, and it's as high as a 20-story building. So if there's a 20-story building, that's how big this ship is. Okay, so they go to explain all about how the ship is built and how it has something for everyone. So it has virtually everything a tourist can dream of. It has an open-air theater. So a theater, a swimming pool, okay? There's a park with trees and plants, okay? There's a small golf course, basketball court, ice rink, even rock climbing. So there's something for everyone. So this is something that you might be interested in if you want to try, have something for you wherever you go. It is a great one-week cruise to try. Okay. Continue reading on. Mothers can leave small children in nurseries while they go shopping in a ship's boutiques. The best and latest technology makes the Oasis of Seas one of the most modern ships on the seas. But the captain says it's very easy to maneuver because everything is automated or runs with computers. The owners hope that the Oasis of Seas will earn a lot of money. The vessel cost over $1.5 billion to build, and with a starting price of about 1,700 euros for a 9-day cruise, it is not exactly cheap. but spending a holiday on the world's biggest ship should be worth something. Okay? So here there's even nurseries. Okay? And it has all the great technology. They built this for $1.5 billion, and they charge people starting from 1,700 euros, okay, for a 9-day cruise. So this is something about a cruise. Now let's see our questions that we have about the cruise. Okay. How much larger is Oasis of the Seas than other cruise ships? Okay. So comparing this to other ships, how big is the Oasis of the Seas? Okay. So we said that this ship right here is, okay, the world's largest cruise ship. It carries passengers who are served by 2,000 crew members. The vessel is 40% bigger than any other cruise ship in the world. So it's 40% bigger than any other cruise ship in the world. Okay, so 40%. 40% bigger. Okay, so it's 40% bigger. Okay, where was the ship built and where is it stationed? Where was the ship built and where is it stationed? Okay, the ship was built in Finland. The ship was built in Finland and owned by Royal Caribbean International. Okay, the ship is stationed in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So it was built in Finland and is stationed in Florida. So built in Finland, stationed in Florida. Okay, so it's built in Finland, stationed in Florida. All right, question number 3. What do you think of the Oasis of the Seas? What's your opinion of it? Okay, what do you think about that? Do you think it's nice, it's beautiful, amazing, great idea? What do you think? And would you spend a holiday on it? These questions are for you to answer. Okay, so you can take your time and answer these questions. And thank you for joining us on unit for our vacation. Now let's move on to our next unit about music. Okay, so we've spoken about music before, but now to get a recap and to summarize things about music, and then we're going to learn a few terms that we use as in speaking, when we try to describe things. And then we'll also talk today about passive voice, all right? And we'll have a chance to explore that.